Okay, today we're looking at new. This song is pretty simple. There's just a few parts that I want to go over for piano. First part is the intro. You can see on the chord chart that all that's written for the intro is B minor and A. And that's really just because there isn't a chord being played there. It's more of a riff. And you hear it mostly in the guitars. So the riff starts on a B. We're going to be doing octaves on this. So it goes B to C sharp to D. And the rhythm goes this way. Okay? The second time you play that, you're going to go from the D to a G sharp right here. So it should sound like this. Okay, I'll do that one more time. Okay, so that's the first part of the riff. Second part is, and that's where we get the A in the chord chart. That's actually an A chord. So that's pretty much the intro. You just play through that twice. Here's what it sounds like. Okay, kind of screwed it up the first time there, but you get the general idea. That's the intro. Now for the verse, the piano actually doesn't play anything for verse 1. So if you saw in the video before, I just kind of stayed quiet during that verse. But the second verse, verse 2, on your chord chart it just has a B minor written, but we're actually going to do this little arpeggio riff. So it starts on a D. Okay, and it's a lot of the pattern is right here. Starts on a D, then we go to F sharp, G, D. Okay, so that's how it sounds. Okay, and I'm using my sustain pedal to keep this really legato, really pretty. Okay, second part, you just move this D down to a C sharp and same rhythmic pattern. So the first two parts are. Okay, the next part you go back up to a D on the top of this arpeggio, but we're going to change the two other notes to a G sharp and a C sharp. So the third part looks like this. Okay, so those three parts together sound like this. Okay, and then the last part is just going to be this little walk down of these two note chords. So the first chord is D on bottom, F sharp on top, C sharp on bottom, E on top, and then B on bottom, D on top. So it's okay. So if I add that all together for the verse 2 riff, it's okay. Next part of the song is the chorus. It's actually pretty self-explanatory. I just want to explain the difference between two chords. On the first line, you'll see it ends with an E minor. This is how I play E minor. It's actually an E minor 7. So they're going G, D, A, E minor. And then the second line, just in case you're wondering, that's not a typo. The second line, instead of E minor, it's going to be an E dominant 7. So that would sound like this. Okay, in my E dominant 7, I play the E on the bottom of the chord here. Right hand, I'm going D, F sharp, G sharp, B. Okay, so it just gives it, just changes the tonality a little bit. Okay, and then we won't really go over the bridge. The bridge is pretty self-explanatory. You're just following the rhythm of the guitars. In the chord chart, there's just B minor and F sharp chords that you'll actually play along with the guitar players in rhythm. Last chorus again is pretty self-explanatory. It's pretty much like chorus 1, except that it only has that E dominant 7 appear one time. Okay, so that's basically new. We're going to go through the last part of the song, which is the tag. Okay, so for the tag of this song, it's actually pretty easy. I just kind of want to go over two of the voicings in particular. If you're looking at your chord chart, it goes G major chord. I always play this G2. You probably already know that. Hardly ever play just a straight G. I always just love how that extra note right there makes it just fill out a little bit more. Okay, but anyway, the next chord is an A major 7, and in this song, they use a very specific voicing for A major 7. There's a bunch of different ways you can get this chord, but in this song, they play it this way. So the way I kind of look at this voicing is they're playing the 1 and 5 of A in the left hand, and then the right hand is basically just playing a C sharp minor chord. So that's how they get that chord. And then next one is E minor. Again, I'm playing E minor 7. Whatever E minor chord you're comfortable using, just use whatever you're comfortable playing. You can play just straight E minor if you need to. But the last chord is an F sharp augmented chord. Okay, and so what an F sharp augmented chord is 2 sets of major thirds. So it would be, here's a major third from F sharp to A sharp. From A sharp to D would be the next set. So it's got like a really dissonant sound to it. And there's a few different variations of this chord. You could play it like this with the F sharp on bottom. I kind of like playing the F sharp in the left hand and then not having it on the bottom of my right hand. So you can move this F sharp up an octave and get this voicing in your right hand, where it's A sharp, D, F sharp. Or you can do it this way, D, F sharp, A sharp. Any of these will work. Really doesn't matter which one you use, it's all the same chord, but that's what a F sharp augmented looks like. Okay, so the tag sounds like this. and they just end on a B minor chord. The rhythm is pretty self-explanatory. The whole band does it. So just make sure you practice that B minor with the track so that you can get what the rhythm is. Okay, so in a nutshell, that's new for the piano part. I hope this was helpful, and again, make sure you practice. All right, thanks. Bye.